Hello students, today again we are here with projectile. Hope you must have understood my first class on projectile introduction class, and today again we are here to do more for the projectile. So what are the things that we will be taking care of today? We are going to find out first of all the time of flight. So we will find out the time of flight. What are the things that we are going to do? First we are going to find out the time of flight. The second one, we are going to find out the maximum height attained by a projectile. The third case, we are going to find out the range. So today's class we are going to do three different things. First one is we are going to find out the time of flight. First one is the time of flight. First one is time of flight, that is capital T. Secondly, we are going to find out the maximum height, and lastly the range. Now when we talk of time of flight, what does it mean? It simply means it is the total time taken by the projectile for its complete path. It means if I have taken a body or a ball and if I have thrown it from here, so obviously it is just travel a vertical distance as well as the horizontal distance, and it will land. Okay, so the time of till the time when I had projected till the time till it has landed, so the total time taken is known as the time of flight. So let us find out the equation for the time of flight. Let's start. Okay, so we do with the same things. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is the initial velocity u, this is theta, and this comes as u cos theta, and this comes as u sin theta. Let us assume time of flight is the total time taken to start from here and reach here. Let us assume we take small t, time taken by the projectile to reach maximum height. To reach maximum height. So in this case, if t is the time taken to reach from here till here, this is the maximum height, then the total time of flight t will be 2t. This is very simple to understand. The total time, small t is the time taken to reach from here to here. So if we want to find out the total times, then it is the double of what we are getting up. So we are using up the formula v is equals to u plus at to get the condition for the time taken by the body to reach the maximum height. Let's do it. The equation using the formula. V is equals to u plus at. We get the time to reach maximum height. Here v is the final velocity, v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, t is the time. We all know this. Yeah, you all know this. Okay. Now what is very important, interesting part to understand here. So here what we will take the condition that when the body reaches at the maximum height, the final velocity is 0. This is very, very important. Please take it. Okay. So at maximum height, maximum height, final velocity is 0. So this is the very, very important condition, that at maximum height the final velocity is 0. So we will take this condition, so this becomes 0. Instead of u, we are going to write u sin theta, and then again the body is thrown up, so it is minus gt. So what we are getting up, t equals to u sin theta by g, but we are interested to find out the time, the complete time, and we have seen that the complete time, that is the time of flight, is 2t. So let us multiply it by 2 and get the value. So the total time of flight t is equals to 2t. So it is 2u sin theta by g. So this is the formula. This is the formula for the time of flight. Now let's find out for the maximum height. Okay, I hope you have got it. So for the maximum time, that is the time taken, is tu sine theta by g. Now next let us find out the maximum height. We'll take the same figure. And we'll take the same condition at maximum height, final velocity is 0. So let us assume this is the maximum height. This is the maximum height. So here maximum height. We are talking about the maximum height attained by the projectile. H attained by the projectile. Okay. So here we will take up the same condition at maximum height. The final velocity is 0. We are using the formula. V square is equals to u square plus 2as. We get final velocity 0. So instead of v, we are taking up 0. 0 square is 0. Instead of u, what we will take? U sine theta. So this becomes u sine theta ka whole square minus, because g is negative, minus 2gh. Instead of s, we are going to write h, because that is the maximum height we are trying to find out. So h 2g h is u square sine square theta, and h becomes equals to u square sine square theta by 2g. So this is the formula for the maximum height attained by the projectile. It's very easy. It's nothing at all difficult. What exactly you need to know? Now, one thing just I wanted to tell you all, that see the angle theta, how it has been given. Suppose if the angle theta is given with a vertical. So in this case, what you find that this, if theta becomes, then what exactly, this will be u cos theta and this will be u sin theta. The entire equation will change. So make sure that you understand what is given, and seeing that you try to do it. Okay. The next one is with the range. We are finding out the range. Now range is what? It is the total horizontal distance. We are taking care of range. It is the total horizontal distance covered by the projectile. It is the total horizontal distance covered by the projectile. So we are talking about what? We are talking about the horizontal distance. So in this case, r, if it is the horizontal distance, then what is the velocity along this? This is u cos theta. And what is the time? Just now we have seen capital T, that is the time of flight. And if you remember, just now we had got the value of T as equals to 2u sine theta by d. Isn't it? We got this relation. Just now we did this. So let us substitute. R is equals to u cos theta, and this is 2u sine theta by g. So it is u square 2 sine theta cos theta by g. Now you already are doing with maths, you are doing with trigonometry, and you all know that sine 2 theta is given as 2 sine theta cos theta. So instead of, we have the formula. This is your formula. Sine 2 theta is equals to 2 sine theta and cos theta. Is that okay? So let us substitute this formula in this equation. R is equals to u square sine 2 theta by g. This is your main formula you are working with. And when you are working with this formula, what really becomes very important for you to know to the maximum range. You have got the formula R equals to u square sine 2 theta by g. U square sine 2 theta by g. And we want to find out the maximum range. We want to find out what? We want to find out the maximum range. So for maximum range, for R max, that is the maximum range, we will have sine 2 theta as the maximum value, that comes as 1. So u square by g, where we have the condition where we have the condition where sine 2 theta is equals to 1, that is sine 2 theta is equals to sine 90 degree, or we have 2 theta is equals to 90 degree, or theta equals to 45 degree. Okay, so this is a very important thing that you need to know, that if you want to take a ball and you want to throw it so that it covers the maximum range. Now next time when you see an athlete and you want to give some physics to them, then go and just tell them to make an angle to project, to throw the ball, making an angle 45 degree with the horizontal, and you will get the maximum range, right? So use your physics there and see how it works. Okay, so this is what we have done for today's class. One thing, homework I would like to, it's not a homework but rather something very important. Suppose if the question generally comes for the same range, look at what I have just listened to here, listen what exactly. For the same range there are two angles of projection. It means what? If we want the range to be 100 meter, we can have one of the angle as 30 degree, then the other angle should be what you think of. Okay, so for the same range we have the same angle of for the same range we have got two angles of projection. Same range, two angles of projection. Think of and try to get it. Thank you for watching.